Hey everybody! So I was kind of having a look around for some recipes that we could make together that would probably be easier to make, and also we would have a good chance of having those ingredients in our cupboard. So I got looking around today and was just looking around my house for other things to do, and I found my bee wings, and I thought bees make honey. Let's find something good with honey. So we are going to make some honey muffins today, and I've got things laid out here, so we're going to work them through and then I'll put the recipe at the end. So this is something that would be great for you to do with your families, and we're actually going to take ours down to all of our grandparents that we can't see right now, so we're just going to drop them on their back porch, just let them know that we're thinking about them because we can't be with them right now. So this is a good way to let them know that we're still thinking about them, that we miss them a lot, but also to keep them safe. So we're going to start off with a quarter cup of either butter or margarine. So I softened mine a little bit. Got a little bit distracted and it's a little more melty than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. So we put that in there. Then we're going to add our sugar. So we've got half a cup of just regular white sugar. Throw that in. And then a little bit of salt. I put about a teaspoon in. Just going to mix that up. And my salt is actually red wine salt. So if you look at this and you say, why is it all pink in there? It's because this delicious red wine salt that I love to cook with. So that's what it looks like right now before we add any of our dry ingredients in. We are then going to put all of our dry ingredients in, which is flour and baking powder. So I like to mix my baking powder in to my flour before I put it in the mix, just to let it get mixed up first. So we'll do that. Then we'll mix that into our mixture that we've got on the go so far. So we've made lots of muffins in the last couple of weeks. We made some chocolate muffins and some banana pecan muffins. So just trying to mix it up a little bit. So this mixture, when you mix it, you can actually use a pastry cutter, you can use a big fork. I'm going to switch over to my big fork. Because it's actually going to get a little crumbly first. I know lots of you have been doing some cooking and baking at home, so I'd love to see any pictures that you have, or you can comment in the comments below what kinds of things you've been making. So you can see now this is just really a very crumbly mixture. And then we're going to add our oats in. So these are just 3/4 of a cup of the quick oats. We'll give those a little mix. So this mixture is pretty dry at this point, but we're going to add our buzzing bit of honey in there. So I've got a separate bowl, and I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup of honey. And then a 1/4 cup of milk, and I'm going to mix those together a little bit. don't mix together very well, but that's okay. They will when we make our muffins. So you can see here that you can still really see the milk and the honey separate. So we could probably whisk them and get them a little bit more mixed up, but that's okay. So once we've mixed those two things up, we're going to put the wet stuff into the dry stuff, and then we're going to mix it up, but we're not going to mix it too much. So I'm still using that big mixing fork to keep mixing this. And this is a really good practical use of fractions in your life for all of those who think, oh, I'm never going to use fractions. If you want to double this recipe, it doubles really nicely. So if you wanted to have a 1/4 cup of milk like you do for one batch, and then you wanted to double that and have 2/4 of a cup, or you would have 1/2 cup. So little addition and a little reducing some fractions there. So there's lots of ways we can get some math in even when we're not at school. So after you get that mixed up, it's going to look kind of like this. Then we're going to put it in some muffin tins and put it in the oven. So I will show you that in just a minute. Okay, so we've got our muffins ready to go in the oven. They look like this, and we are going to put them in a 350-degree oven for 25 minutes. So do make sure that if you're baking at home, you run all of this by your parents, and that they help you with the stuff that you need help with. But I will see you in 25 minutes. Okay, so 25 minutes is up, and it smells really, really good in our kitchen right now. So I'm gonna pull these out, and I don't know, these look pretty good. So we'll give these a taste test. So we'd love to hear what you're doing to stay in touch with people while you're practicing social distancing, and how you can go and make someone's day a little bit better. All right, talk to you soon.